Hello my Kotlin programmers, my name is Galaxy. Welcome to the channel, and today I'm gonna talk about the variables and the data type. I'm gonna teach you the insight of the Kotlin variables and its data type. So let's get started. Let's open Android Studio. Well, so I assume that you have already seen my previous video and you have created the hello world app. Let's go to this package name and then click on it, right click on new, then go to package, then we are gonna create the package which is episode 3. I guess this is episode 3, so I'm gonna create the episode 3. So if you are wondering what's the package, it's just a folder. Let me show you. Just right click, open in Finder, then you'll see it has the structure of the folder. Just right click and open in Finder, then you'll see it's just a folder structure. It's just a tree structure in your operating system. You double click on 0 to hero, then you'll see it's just a folder structure, episode 3. Alright, now let's create a Kotlin file. Right click, then new, then Kotlin class/file, give a name, variable, and data type example. So it's gonna create a package here, com.galaxy 0 to hero episode 3. That means its label structure is com.galaxy 0 to hero episode 3, and inside that this file exists. Okay, so I'm just creating a variable class to give you some example. I'm gonna extend the Android inbuilt class which is called component activity, which represent the screen in Android, and you have to override some function. Alright, from the previous episode I will just copy this one. We'll talk more on this topic later, so we'll talk more about it in the class and function episode. For now, just copy this function and all is set. So what is variable? You need to store some data, right? So you need something to store on the memory. In Kotlin they have provided you two types of variables. One is mutable and another one is immutable. And another one is immutable variables. Mutables means that you can change the data later, and immutable means you cannot change data later. I'll show you by giving you the example. So to create the variable, you have already known it. You can write the val keyword followed by the val variable names, which is, you may name anything you like. You need to give the proper variable name when you do programming to be a good programmer. So if you want to define or declare some name, then just type name and equals to double quoted, then name of that person, maybe Galaxy or your name. Alright, well, to declare the variable you can use the convention and some of the convention is you can use camel case. Let me show you. Val address of Angelina, New York. So as you can see, it start with lowercase and followed by the uppercase, separated by also the uppercase. So this is the camel case, where you start with the lowercase followed by uppercase and then uppercase. Please follow the convention while you writing variables so that other program could understand your code easily and it's readable. Now for the mutable variable, you just need a keyword which is given by Kotlin, that is var, and the name of that variable subscriber name YouTuber var count equal to 100. So we are talking about the mutable and immutable variable, and what's the difference between this variable. Let me show you. When you create the mutable variable, it can be changed. For example, we have created the subscriber name and we can change the variable later. You can change it to awesome YouTuber and also the count to 101. In the immutable variable, you cannot change. Let me show you. Name equal to my god. As you can see, you cannot reassign your data once you have declared your immutable variable, so cannot be changed, right? And it's the same for address of Angelina, as you can get the notion of it. Now you know something about mutable and immutable variables. Let's move to another important major topic, which is data types, which the variable supports in Kotlin. Let's talk about the basic data type. Let me show you. Alright, I'll put the link in the description of the basic type the Kotlin supports. It supports number, booleans, character, strings, array, and as well as other type as well. It's very crucial to know about the data type, because every variable is related with its data type, and you can explicitly define what type of variable it is. Also, for if you want to give the number, then you can also explicitly define it. Sometimes you may want to store your character data, and for that you can type val my character and equals to. For that you need a single quote, and inside it you type a and explicitly define it's a char. It's a char or char. I call it char, maybe it's char. And also for the number you can type like, and sometimes you might want to have a large number to store, then you can write it like large number equal to 3 billions. And long is another data type. Sometimes you may want to store the decimal type, for example pi 3.14. if you want to store larger decimal points, then you can use double. This is float. When you divide something, for example, then you want to store that data for like division result, double equal to your result 456.5658. Another data type which is called float 3.14 f You can explicitly define your variable, or you can just ignore it because it is optional. And for me, I use without the data type in most of the cases. So in most of the cases, when I type val something without data type, then you understand it's a string. It's just a matter of time when you practice it. Alright, let's print out. To print out, as you can learn it in the previous episode, log.I test, comma, subscriber name. Sometimes you may want to log all the output, then you may type it like this. And Kotlin supports the expression. Let me show you what I mean. Just put double quote, then print. You just type $sign and followed by curly bracket, then inside it you just put subscriber name, and it's the same thing. If you want to put comma, you can do it. Also, there is another way to print in your console, that is print ln. In Android we don't print ln, we just use log because it is given by the Android. As you can see, it's running the previous program. So to run our class, variable and data type example, you need to go to this manifest file and change this main activity to variable and data type example. Then you hit run button, our log, and it has printed this subscriber name and count. Well, I have forgotten to declare one more basic variable, which is called boolean. Var is enabled boolean. It's either true, false, or it can be nullable as well. Switch is enabled true. By default you can declare it false. Log as the same way it has been printed. Alright, you have learned about the mutable and immutable variables and how you declare your data types like string, boolean, float, double, long, int. Now I want to show you how much memory it consumes, because at the end, when the Android programs run, or when your programs runs, it consumes some memory in the RAM. And I'll show you some data, and let's go. And for the byte short integer type, it will take 4 bytes, long 8 bytes, float 4 bytes, double 8, char for 2, and boolean 1 bytes. And boolean usually takes 1 byte per boolean. And strings, it depends on the number of characters you use. Alright, so this is the table. Write your code. It should be stored on the memory to hold your data. That's what the variable does. It holds the data. Alright, this is it. Congratulations, my Kotlin heroes. You have learned about the mutable and immutable variable types and its data types, and you have printed some logs. You now know when to use what for which data type. So I hope you find this video useful. You have learned something from it. If you find this video helpful, then please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.